press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students. So today we shall commence the chapter triangles. So in geometry, this is the second chapter we are studying. Just now we have completed lines and angles, and from today onwards we will study triangles. So before we proceed to learn the subjects or topics included in your class 9 syllabus during this year, so I would like to remind you. So I mean to say, I wanted to revise your knowledge, whatever you have learnt in your previous class. So let us do some revision under triangles. So it is just a revision of topics, whatever you have learnt in your previous class. So I think you have learned these things in your 7th standard or maybe in portion of it in 8th standard. So first let us understand what is a triangle. So how to define a triangle? So we define it as a closed figure formed by intersection of 3 lines. Suppose this is one line, this is a straight line. So another straight line is passing like this. So we have a one intersection point. If another line is joined like this, so these two are another 2 intersection points. So as you can see, there are 3 straight lines. To form a triangle, at least 3 points shall be there, and they should not be in a, say they should not be collinear. If they are in a straight line, suppose point A, B, C are in a straight line, then a triangle will not be formed, because we can draw only one line through given 3 points which are collinear. So here we need another point on either side of a straight line, so that we can join them and form a triangle. So therefore we define a triangle as a closed figure. Definition, we will write definition. So definition. So this is first one. A closed figure formed by a closed figure formed by joining 3 non-collinear points. So E is called a triangle. So a triangle, you can write like this symbolically, triangle. So or I will write it as is called a triangle. So here you have to understand before we study further. Now a closed figure, if there are 3 straight lines, this is one line and this is another line, Suppose if another line is parallel to this like this. So here you can see these two are parallel. This is AB, let us say, this is CD, and they say this is PQ. So these are three lines here, AB parallel to CD. These two are parallel, these two will never meet each other. So here a closed figure will not be formed. Closed figure will not be formed. Suppose if I say this is one line, this is another line, say this is third line. So this is not a closed figure because this fx it is not closed. Three lines are there, but it is not a closed figure. Of course, if you extend this, and if you extend this, then a triangle will be formed. So that is why a closed figure means it cannot be a open figure like this. So 1, 2, 3 lines. So it cannot be a open figure. In this, points are 1, 2, 3, 4 points are there. So we need 3 points to form a triangle. So therefore it has to be clubbed here. So if it is closed like this, A, B, C, these are 3 points, it forms a triangle. So therefore a closed figure formed by 3 non-collinear points. So if they are collinear, you know, a triangle will not be formed, only a straight line, single straight line. Suppose ABC are in a straight line, if we join them, so all three we have joined. This is point A, this is point C, and this is point B, and a triangle is not formed. Suppose if these two are AB, this is A, this is B, C is either on above the line AB or below the line AB. If C is here, we can join these two, we can form a triangle. Or if another point D is here, we can join these two, we will have a triangle here. So therefore, non-collinear points, this is C, this is D, they are three non-collinear points. So that is the meaning of 3 non-collinear points is called a figure, triangle. So important thing is we need 3 points, 3 lines to form a triangle, and they should form a closed figure. Now you can have a small diagram. So I will draw a diagram here. This is, say, PQR. PQR is a triangle. This is PQR. I know you have learned these things in your previous class, but quickly I wanted to revise so that you can understand the next topics very easily. So now, so here the second word is there, parts, or I will write it as elements. Elements of a triangle we say, or parts of a triangle. So this is first one. So second one is elements or parts of a triangle. Parts of a triangle. So remember, a triangle is symbolically written like this. So this is triangle symbol. So now in a triangle, so there are, see, these point P, point Q and point R are called as the vertex, and there are 3 lines, PQ is a line, QR is a line, and RP is a line. So 3 points and 3 vertices. So these are called parts of a triangle. So I will write here. So triangle PQR formed by 3 non-collinear points. Non-collinear points. So this is one thing, non-collinear points. Here PQR are called the vertices of a triangle. PQR. are called vertices of a triangle. Of a triangle. So, and then there are three sides, three straight lines, PQ, QR and RP. PQ, QR and RP. RP. Remember, we can call this as line PQR, PQP, PQ, PQ or QP. So, PQ, QR, PPR are the three lines, line segments, of course, line segments called sides of a triangle. So, these are called vertices. Point P is called the vertex, Q is called the vertex, R is called the vertex, and PQ is called as one side, QR is called as another side, and RP is called as another side. They are the sides of a triangle. So, I will write like this: sides of a triangle. Now, a triangle will have, you can see, P is an angle, or we write it RPQ. We write it like this. This is one angle, and PQR is another angle, and QRP is this angle. So, there are three angles. So, I will write the next point here. See, in this you can straight away say this is angle A, angle Q and angle P, angle Q and angle R. So, next point is, see, angle, it is rightly written like this: angle P, angle Q and angle R. So, remember, angle P is denoted by like this, or it can be written as angle RPQ. So, if we write angle RPQ, so the middle point, the middle letter indicates the vertex in this. So, therefore, it indicates angle P. Suppose if I write in these three letters P or Q. So, the middle letter indicates this angle P or Q. So, therefore, this is the angle. The middle letter in these three represents the corresponding angle. So, P or Q. If I write P or Q, it is nothing but angle R, and if I write RPQ, it is nothing but angle P. Okay. You have remembered, you learned these things, but I am just recalling you these basics. So, now here we know there are three lines and three angles. So, three lines and three angles. So, three angles are angle P, angle Q and angle R. Three angles. PQ is one line, QR is another line, RP is third line. So, these six things, three lines and three angles, they are known as elements of a triangle, or otherwise they are called as parts of a triangle. So, the three angles, so in this figure, say wise PQR, PQR and three sides. What are three sides? PQ is one side, QR is another side, and RP is another side. So, the three angles PQR and three sides PQ, QR and RP are called parts of a triangle. Parts, or I will write elements of a triangle. Elements of a triangle. So in a triangle, how many elements are there? 6 elements are there. So there are 3 angles and 3 parts. And PQR, they are the vertices. They just indicate the point, tip of the line joining points, or intersection of PQ and PR is P, intersection point. They are also called as vertices of a triangle. So this is some basics about triangle. So in total, how many elements are there? In total, so 3 angles and 3 sides. In total, a triangle has 6 elements. You can say elements or parts. Both are same. Or parts. So this completes regarding parts. So there is this. Now I will go to next, regions. Third one, regions. See, this is the plane. The board represents the one plane area. In the plane area, a triangle PQR is formed. See, if I take any point, let us say, outside this triangle PQR, if I take a point, say A here, say point A is here, I can say this point A is outside the triangle PQR, outside the triangle PQR. So therefore we say it is this area outside the triangle, board area outside the triangle, we call it as exterior area. Suppose if the point B is inside the triangle, let us say this is point B, we call it as any point inside the triangle area, we call it as interior point. So this is exterior area, this is interior area. Interior area is this entire area which is inside the triangle. This is hatched area is the interior area. So interior area, exterior area, and see, we say boundary line. We say, suppose if any point C is on the line PR, let us say the point is here, this all we say boundary line. So therefore the 3 regions are, as you can see, this is interior. I will write here, this is interior region or area, we call interior region, GION. This is point A is exterior region. Region is not this point, this entire board area, wherever, if I put one point here, one point here, one point here, one point here, all those are in the exterior area, and this is inside the triangle, not only B, any point B1, B2, B3, B4 or any name XYZ, let us say, within the triangle PQR, they are interior. So therefore regions, in short I will give interior region. There are 3 regions. Interior region, that means in the triangle area, and boundary region boundary region. Boundary region means any point on the line PQ, QR or RP. So, boundary region and then exterior region. Exterior region. So, this is about regions. So, now we have understood this is interior of the triangle, this is boundary region. Boundary region is just the on the lines which are forming the triangle, and any point outside the triangle, say A, B, C, D, outside the triangle area, any point we call it as they are in the, suppose this is A, this is B and this is C. If I have another point D here, it is also in the exterior area, A is also in the exterior area. Now, so we shall go to the next topic, classification of triangles. Classification. So, now fourth point, classification of triangles. Classification of triangles. You see, under classification, so we have studied in the previous class also under lines and angles. So, I will give an idea once again. Classification of triangles is made in two ways. So, depending on the angles, according to the angles, see, I will write here according to angles. So, this we have studied according to angles. And see, under this, according to sides also, according to sides. According to sides. So, these two ways mainly triangles are classified. So, here in this first one is, say, if the angle is below 90 degree, you know that it is acute angle, acute angled triangle, acute angled triangle. So, that means all three angles in the triangle are less than 90 degree. So, I will give an example here. So, let us say this is a triangle like this. Say this is 65 degree and this is this angle, let us say 40 degree, second angle is 40 degree. So, that means 105 degree and the third one becomes 75 degree. So, I will call this as A, B, C. Angle A is 75 degree, angle B is 65 degree, angle C is 40 degree. So, remember the total must be 180 degree, 70 plus 60, 130, 130 plus 10, 140 plus 10. So, therefore, it is 180 degree. So, 75 plus 65 plus 40, it is 180 degree. So, all three angles, as you can observe here, are less than acute angle triangle angles, all angles less than 90 degree. So, this is acute angle triangle. So, now under triangles, second one, obtuse angle triangle, obtuse angled triangle, obtuse angle triangle. So, remember, in any triangle, if one angle is obtuse angle, that is more than 90 degree, the other two will be acute angles. So, there cannot be two obtuse angles in a triangle. So, therefore, I will write one example here. Suppose obtuse angle means say 120 degree, let us say this is 120 degree. So, 120 degree, 120 degree. So, I will just join this and this. So, this is say 40 degree, let us say 120 plus 40 is 120 plus 40 is 160, and this will be only 20 degree. Just remember like this. So, this is angle A, angle A is 20 degree and angle B is 40 degree, angle C is 120 degree. So, here 120 degree, this is more than 90 degree. So, among these three angles, one angle is 120 degree, means more than 90 degree. Therefore, this triangle is known as a obtuse angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. So, now finally, we have third one, right angle triangle. So, you are familiar with that, right angled triangle, right angle triangle. So, in this one of the triangle is 90 degree. So, this is 90 degree. So, let us say this is 60 degree, one is 60 degree, this is 30 degree and this is 90 degree. So, 30, 60, 90 total will be, I will call this as say A, B, C. So, if any one angle, only one angle will be 90 degree in any triangle. Two angles cannot be 90 degree, because if two angles become 90, the total, for third angle there won't be any value, because the sum of all three angles must be 180 degree. Two angles 180 degree cannot happen in a triangle. So, therefore, this 90 degree, 60 degree, 30 degree, this is right angle triangle. I am not going to give you definition for these things, you just understand, because you have learned these things in the previous class. I am just making a revision of your knowledge. So, now classification based on sides. So, under this we have scalene triangle. Suppose there are three sides in a triangle. If the three sides are not equal to each other, so one is say 3 centimeter, another is 4 centimeter, the next one is 5 centimeter, let us say. In such case, they are not equal. So, all three lengths are not equal. We call them as scalene triangle. Scalene triangle, SCALENE, scalene triangle. So, here simply I will say all three sides, all three sides. So, here we are talking of only sides, classification according to sides. All three sides are unequal. So, if I want to write an example, let us say if this is say 3 centimeter and this is say 4 centimeter and this is say 5 centimeter. So, this is 3, 4, 5 if we call this as ABC, here all the three sides are not equal to each other. So 3 is not equal to 4, 4 is not equal to 5, 5 is not equal to 3. They are having different length, therefore it is called as a scalene triangle. So second one, so isosceles triangle, isosceles, isosceles. Isosceles triangle. So it is very simple. If two lengths sides are equal, two sides equal, two sides equal, two sides equal. Suppose if you have a triangle like this, so here these two triangles, A, say if I call this as A, B, C, here AB is equal to AC. So it is a isosceles triangle. And finally, the last one is, so in this case it may be 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. So, sorry, these two are equal. These two, this is 5, this is also 5, and the third side may be any length. Third side may be any length. So if I write this is 8 centimeter, 8 centimeter, and BC can be say 10, 12, 13, even 5, whatever it is. So not equal to these two. Say it is 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter. So this is an example of an isosceles triangle. And finally, we have equilateral triangle. Equilateral. Equilateral triangle. So all three sides equal. All three sides equal. All three sides equal. Suppose the triangle is having all three sides equal, it is a equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. So now, so next point is, we shall understand or recall what is a median. Fifth one, median. Median of a triangle. You can say medians, of course, medians of a triangle. So what is a median? Suppose if we have a triangle ABC, let us say, I will write a triangle. So this is triangle ABC. So this is triangle ABC. So I will call this as point A, point B, point C. So if I found the midpoint of BC, midpoint of YC by bifurcating the line BC, suppose if this is midpoint of BC, I will call this as PQ. Midpoint of AC, let us say this is Q, and midpoint of AB, let us say R. And if I join the vertex to the opposite side midpoint, we will get a line. This line is called as the median in the triangle. This is known as the median of a triangle. So, median. So, there are three vertex. For every vertex there is a opposite side. For vertex A, opposite side is BC, its midpoint is P. So, AP is a median. Now, for point B, vertex B, the opposite side is AC and midpoint is Q. If I join BQ, this is another median. BQ is another median. Now, C is another vertex. To point C, the opposite side is AB, the midpoint is R. If I join point R with C, so it is RC. So this is RC is another median. So AP is median and RC is also median, and this AP is one median, RC is another median, and this one, that is BQ is also a median. So these three are medians. That is the meaning of median. So we shall write a line, median of a triangle, a line joining vertex, this is the vertex to the midpoint of what? Midpoint of the opposite side. Is called median. So, right, a line joining vertex in a triangle, you can write in a triangle, a line joining vertex to the opposite side, midpoint of opposite side. So, vertex and midpoint. These three lines are called medians. So now I will take up about altitudes. So there is this altitudes of a triangle. I hope you understood the medians. Altitudes of a triangle. Sixth, altitude of a triangle. Now, observe here. Suppose if you have a triangle, say ABC, this is a triangle ABC. This is ABC triangle. ABC triangle. So we know that the vertex is joined to the midpoint of BC. Midpoint of BC is somewhere here. If I join this, it is called as a median. Median. So here in case of altitude, if I draw a vertical, perpendicular to BC, opposite side. This is the vertex. The opposite side is BC. To BC, if I draw a perpendicular line, So how to draw is a different issue. So I will tell you about that. Suppose if you want to draw a perpendicular to BC, so simple procedure is you have to take compass and with some radius, say more than say AC radius or little less than radius, if you cut a cross like this. So from those 2 points again if you cross, you will get. So that I will explain you with the instruments in the next class, how to draw the altitude or perpendicular from the vertex. So for time being, you understand this. If I draw a perpendicular from point A to opposite side BC, so if this angle is 90 degree, so if I draw a line here, here it is 90 degree. So I will call this as point as say P. P is a point where a perpendicular is drawn from BC through A. So this line AP is known as the altitude. So similarly, from point C, we can draw another altitude to touch at this point, and from B we can draw another altitude in the opposite side AC. So this is, if I call this as point Q and point R. So more important thing is, in this case it is 90 degree and in this case this is 90 degree. This is more important. So here AP, this one AP is what? Perpendicular drawn from vertex to the base. B is perpendicular drawn from B to opposite side AC, that is BQ, and RC. These three are altitudes, are the perpendiculars drawn from vertex to the opposite side. So from A, a perpendicular is drawn to BC, from B a perpendicular drawn to AC, and from C a perpendicular drawn to AB. So these are called altitudes of a triangle. So we have revised up to point 6. So we shall discuss about the remaining topic in the next class. So thank you all. Study well. You try to understand or revise your previous class notes and textbook also, so that you can well acquire. After referring this class explanation, if you look back into the previous class textbook or your notes, you will recall all these things, and it is better for you to understand this year's topic.